Sup, y'all? I am back in Alabama. I was in Atlanta for a couple days. I was able to do some digging, but I had endless problems with my GoPro, so I was not able to film any of it. I didn't have much time to dig, so I didn't want to try doing it with my phone, because that slows me down a lot. And I'm back here. I have one more day to dig here. I fly out in the evening, so just the rest of today. It's early morning now. But I do want to show you what I got in Atlanta, what I found. Okay, let's look at it. Okay, so first I did a park near where I was staying. It was a small park. It had two sides to it. One side had been having this little beer festival, so there'd been probably a couple thousand people coming through the day before. I wanted to check that. And the other side had a volleyball court. So the vast majority of the junk in this pile came from the side with the beer festival, and the volleyball court was just full of coins. I wish I could have filmed it. It was coins, coins, coins. So let's get started. Alright, we have, obviously, lots of pieces of can. Always sounding super good. Then we have a little bit of random hardwares. Not sure what most of it is. There's a nut and a washer and just old wires. Also in this park, on one side of it was a lot of these flat pieces of tin that sounded real good and made me dig big holes that I felt bad about to try to get them out. Lots of pop tabs as always, not quite as many as normal, and also this guy, which kind of looks like a pop tab, but it's not one that I've seen before. It's very thick. I don't know if it's for maybe an oil can or something. Yeah, whole new style of pop tab. Pretty cool. Found this button. The very first thing I found when I walked in the park was this button for the basement theater. Never been there. And then bottle caps. There was, like I said, there was a small beer festival, and I was surprised at how clean the ground was afterwards, except I would like to publicly shame whoever makes this beer, the beer with this logo, because where their table stood was a giant mountain of bottle caps. They just threw them all on the ground. The rest of the place was pretty clean. All right. Oh, also found my first bobby pin. And one other thing I want to point out that's in here is I found this, which I was really happy about because it's so thin and small, and I've wondered if I will be able to find earrings if I were to come across them, and I think if they're of substantial size, I will find them. Alright, coins. There was lots of coins. We'll start with these 15 crusty zinc pennies. They were they were kind of all over. Most of them were in the sand. There was also a copper penny from 1976. And 4 quarters, a whole dollar. The oldest one being 77, I believe. I have a helper here. 2 nickels. Neither of them too very old. And 3 dimes. I was also able to do the backyard of one of my wife's friends. She has quite a few friends living in Atlanta, but unfortunately only one of them has a house. And she was kind enough to let me dig in her backyard for about an hour before it got dark. So let's see what we got. Little random pieces. This might be copper, not sure. Pieces of can, bottle cap, 1 crusty zinc penny, this very specific pipe fitting of some sort. I don't know what this is from, but it's heavy, and no idea. Some old nails I found up near the house. This one was way more corroded than the rest. I don't think they're that old, though. And the coolest thing I found was this guy. He is huge. This is a giant spike. of some sort. I think it's like a tent stake, really. I tried posting on Reddit, what is this thing, and everyone downvoted me because I didn't think it was a crowbar, mainly because this side isn't sharpened at all. So I think it's a giant tent stake, I just don't know what it's for. And these pieces are very light. I was pretty convinced they were slag at the time, because I don't know what they are, but this one could very well, now that I'm looking at it, could just be a nut with a lot of corrosion on it like those nails have. But I'm pretty cool. I'm happy with this thing. This thing is cool. And I might take that back with me. Okay, one other thing that I got in Atlanta that I would like to show you. I didn't find it metal detecting. I got it at an antique store for $12. And I think it's treasure. This is a little stuffed alligator Civil War soldier. He's missing a hand, but he's got all his teeth. He's got his hat. And I guess he looks like a Union soldier. He's wearing blue. And someone ripped most of his flag off, so that's what's kind of weird is it kind of looks like the edge of a Confederate battle flag. So I'm not sure if maybe he's a double agent or something. I've been trying to find similar things on the internet, and I have not been able to. It's hard. Turns out it's hard to type in stuffed alligator and find anything but a plush toy. So if anyone knows anything about how old this might be, it would be super cool to know. That's pretty cool. One more thing that I would like to do is start keeping a count of all the coins I found. Because a lot of my friends at work like to make fun of me for buying a metal detector and spending a lot of my time doing it. They call me an old man. And one of them specifically said, let me know when you find enough to pay for the metal detector. She thinks it was a waste of money. So I paid $3.75 for the metal detector secondhand. And I'm going to start keeping a running tally of how much straight cash I find. I'm not going to start this count retroactively because I don't remember exactly how much I found at different places, and a lot of those coins have made it their way into my pocket and into store tills since then. So I'm going to start with what I found on this trip, which makes sense because I found more in that volleyball court in 20 minutes than I found in all of my metal detecting otherwise. So right here, I have $1.91. And that's a good start. So my mom knows a park with a lake, and we're gonna go down there and see if there's anything there. And we'll be back in a minute. A penny. Ooh. 1984. See, right under that one, I think. Haha! That one was pretty deep. It's a penny. I think it's a penny. It is one of the crustiest pennies I've ever seen. But I think it's modern. I see the Lincoln Memorial. See? A worm. A metal worm.
Man, yeah, the chicken must be doing this job with you.
What is it? What's in there? Do you see it?
No, I don't see.
What? Oh, there it is.
Ooh. Ooh.
That's fun though, isn't it? Oh my gosh, look at these. Look at these butterflies. Did I interrupt their bone session?
I think so.
Bingo chip.
Oh.
Haha! A penny. This one's green. That means it's 1946.
Ooh.
That's my oldest one. This is my new spot. This is where I'm hanging out. That's an old one. Does that make it a weedie? What year did they stop doing that? The tail side is pretty worn flat, so I can't even tell. You see? Oh, look at that. Pop tab. Isn't it? What the hell? Oh, there it is. There it is. 1981. Ooh, that feels nice. A penny. 1981. All right, so this is what we found at the park. As always, pull tabs. We did get a brand new style of pull tab I've never seen before, a very round one. It's pretty cool. Bottle caps, some pieces of a fishing pole. First for that, my first piece of lead, nice lead sinker. We have 5 zinc pennies, and 1 very old dime. And somehow, my 1946 penny that I found is gone. Probably because we just tossed it in the back of the car here and drove away. But in an interesting turn of event, I looked through my pockets and I found that during lunch I had been given this 1947 penny, which is in way better condition than the one I dug up. So everything kind of works out for itself. I'm gonna add that in here, and we are going to up the total of how much I've found to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 16 cents plus $1.91. That's $2.07. All right, until next time.